Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Sister Eunice Safiyah, convert since 2016, and I come from a Christian background. Um, and I got to know about Islam through my husband, um, and started learning about Islam when I met him, and converted around 2 years after. When I first started learning about Islam, it was very tough, because I came from a Christian background, right? And I would consider myself to be quite religious in the Christian practice as well back then. Going to church every Sunday and um, yeah, following having cell group meetings and all. Um, so when I started learning about Islam, it felt like everything that I believed in was being challenged, and it was a very difficult um, mindset to change. But I wasn't ready to accept the fact that, like, what I have been believing in for the past 20 odd years might not be the truth. But of course, as I continued to learn, then I couldn't deny the fact anymore. And so then that's when I took the step and took my shahada. And after that, I think I didn't, like, even when I took the shahada, I would say that I wasn't fully 100% sure that, I was going into crudely put the correct religion. At that point in time, I would say that because of my beliefs in Christianity being debunked and everything, right? I was really scared that I would have the same thing, like, um, what if I convert into Islam, right? And it's not for the correct intentions, it's because I want to marry my husband, or, like, because, like, I've lost Christianity and I just want something to hold on to. I had all these fears, but I went ahead to take my shahada and continued to learn about Islam even more and do the practices. And I would say that the journey after I converted was what gave me the yakin. I mean, it will of course be better if you have the yakin before you take your shahada, but I think it is not very common for people to share that this step of taking the shahada, right, might not be the, like, a lot of converts have a very mashallah, very wow moment where they hear or see Allah very clearly, and they like, oh, you know what, yeah, this is the one, this is correct, like, this is the way to go. um that wasn't my journey. My journey came after that, where through the practice of what Allah has obligated for us, and through the learnings and the people in this religion, that I realized that, you know what, like, there cannot be any other, like, this is the one true religion. There is no other explanation for it. It's very difficult in the beginning. Yeah, like, when I first converted, I'll be like, you know what, like, just eat, like, those food no pork no lard kind of establishments, like, okay, what? you know like, why must eat halal? This one can lah, that kind of thing. But as you go along, I think it's okay to journey in progressing. The moment when I had, maybe not moment, but moments, like the period lah, was when Allah granted me the sweetness of iman. When, like, I realized it just, I don't know how, it's just like a light bulb that clicked in my brain, right? That, like, in back when I was a Christian, right, when we had cell group and everything, we always would discuss with each other, like, how do we be mindful of God in our day. And it was really, really difficult because in Christianity you don't really have like a set, like in Islam we are told to pray 5 times a day, and a lot of things are like a lot of ways that Allah has given us to remember him, like du'as, being intentional in our actions, doing dhikr, But in Christianity, you're just left to float on your own. Before I start the day, I'll read the Bible. I'll try this, I'll try that, in order to remember God more. And when I came into Islam and I realized, you know what, like the Quran has everything. The Quran has told us how to worship Allah. The Quran has told us like what to do in certain situations. The Quran has told us how to act even in our lives. And I was like, this book is really like a handbook for life. It is like unaltered. How can, like, as you continue learning about like the way the Quran is written and how it has been handed down and all the language intricacies, there is really no way that this book be be not from God. Yeah, and I think that was when that light bulb clicked, where I was like, Alhamdulillah, that Allah has shown me the way into Islam and has like allowed me to be a part of this religion. One advice I would say is to bring your family through your journey slowly. One thing that I regret in my conversion journey was I just threw the bomb at them and said, you know what, I'm going to convert. Like, it's probably the way that it was phrased to them. Like, it made them feel very disrespected. Like, I'm not their daughter. Yeah, they were of course not very happy with my decision, and that was also one of the factors why I pushed my shahada forward so that I could practice Islam more freely out of the home. They were really against it, and my anchor was really back then for learning Islam and everything was my husband and his family. I didn't have Muslim friends growing up. I was really like in my own bubble. Yeah. If you are a partner of a convert, take it slow on the convert. Like, sometimes the journey is not easy, but as long as we are trying towards there, push gently towards the correct direction. Yeah, and I think be the example, like saying, you know what, like, okay, like, you want to eat, you eat. But I will not eat. That kind of thing. And slowly we will realize that, like, you know, the beauty in why Allah decides something is halal for us. One hadith that I really like is that the one that says like the affairs of a believer is always good. You know, if something good befalls you and you are grateful, then it's good for you. And if something bad befalls you and you are patient, then it's good for you. I think that it all boils back down to having trust in Allah, like trusting in Allah's, not just Allah's plan, but in Allah's wisdom, in Allah's like power, and knowing that, you know, there is no one that wants better for you than Allah. And if Allah in all his gentleness and power still takes care of this one small human being on earth as much as he does, then like why would we doubt what he has given to us? You know, even if it is something that is really contrary to any of our plans, or like something that we see as not really good for us. But having that trust in Allah, being a leaf in the wind, and just going where Allah takes us, I think that helps us to be happier. Seeking knowledge is a very, very important part of Islam, because the more you know about Allah, the more you know about the Quran, the more you know about this religion, the more you will come to love it. There is no denying. Like, I think Ustaz Samir classes are one of the most, I would say, like, impactful classes that I have attended, like, in my journey. Like, he does zikr together as a class. He, instead of just having one-off talks, or like a certain, like, you know, 8 sessions and then your class is over, that kind of thing, right? Like, his classes are ongoing, where we go through books together, we grow together as a community. And his classes are, I would say, like, it's a great place to start. Yeah, inshallah, may this be of benefit. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
صدقا في سعيكم